Time you have tried to film this, Miss Taylor, please don't fuck it up again. Alright, third time lucky. We've had to delete stuff on my card, we've had to charge my camera. This time we're going to do this. Yeah, come on. Why do I keep hitting myself? My flatmate staged an intervention. I wish I could say also this intervention was something really bad, like drinking too much or, you know, doing hard drugs. None of which I don't do hard drugs. I probably do drink a little bit too much, but I'm a student and I'm 18. Don't do it though. I drink a lot less than I used to last year, so yay, progress. It's not even about the fact I still cry on Halloween. I still had a moment when I felt really sad over Lily and James's death. You know, well done, Grace, progress. It's not even about my obsession with Harry Potter. This is about something that I don't think is actually that bad, really. My book buying. Apparently it's bad. I heard down about it. It is a bit bad. Yeah, I have bought quite a few books since being at uni, and it needs to stop, really. So, yeah, this all happened about 2 weeks ago, where I'd gone to Waterstones to buy the books on my bag, Book Week bag, which I adore, and I needed the new tote for lugging my laptop around uni. So, and this is perfect. When I went into Waterstones to buy it, I also came out with 2 books, The Graveyard book being one of them, and The Clockwork Scarab being another. And I got to uni, and my friend was sat there and he went, "You buy a lot of books." And I was like, "Do I? Do I really though?" And he was like, "Yes, Grace, you do." So that's how it all started. And then I was sat in my room, my flatmate came in and she was like, "Your book collection is growing, G." And I was like, "Yes, maybe it is, but it's not too bad." She's like, "No, it's bad. You need to stop. You're buying more books than you're reading." And I was like, "Yeah, okay." I've been in a book slump, as I said in my November TBR video. God, it's November. And so, yeah, I have put myself, with my flatmates' sort of urgence on a book buying ban for 2 reasons. I'm a student that can barely afford to eat and do all the things that I want to do, and I'm on a really expensive course because it's what they call a dying art, so you sort of have to pay for quite a lot of stuff, including photographic paper, which is one of the most expensive things you'll ever have to buy. Well, apart from, you know, obvious things like a house and a husband, in my case, because I'm going to have to purchase one of them. Wow. So I put myself on a book buying ban for 2 reasons. A, I have, again, no money. And 2, I have no space. When I did a video, I'll link it down below, that is my TBR. I expressed that in the video, but that is my TBR. That's all I've read. I haven't read any of those books. My books, I've read them at my dad's house, and I haven't even shown you them yet. I'm saving up for Christmas when I go back and I can finally film it, and I've got them all sorted. And what sort of brought this, how many books I read to my attention was this. This is my Waterstones card. This is my old one. I now have a student one. If you live in the UK, get one of these bad boys. Also get one of the points cards. I can't express enough how much I love these things. What scared me though was the fact that on this card, not this one now, but my other one, I had £15 when I last went in and scanned it. I've only had it like since May, so I haven't had it, I've had it a long time, but that means I've spent over £150 in that shop. So I put myself on a book ban to stop the growth of my bookshelves and the sinkage of my bank balance, because one of my main expenditures of things I don't need is books. I just think books are really comforting, and when I'm stressed, if I'm really upset, homesick, I'm ever stressed, I go into my shopping centre and I'll go to Starbucks usually, and oh, the red cups are back, it's November, but I'll usually buy, you know, a vanilla latte or a pumpkin spice latte or a gingerbread latte depending on the time of year, and I will go into Waterstones and I will wander. I think I've done it for hours when I first moved down here away from my parents, and there's something about being surrounded by stories and magic. It's just books. They're almost like little containers of magic, like each book. This is a story, this is a world, and this amazes me. It sounds, I know that's a really cheesy way to put it, but this is a little bit of the author's soul, this book. It's a world they've invented for us. It's it's such a gift and it's such magic. And I do have a Kindle, but there's nothing, and I do love my Kindle, but there is nothing that can, oh, it's just the feeling you get when you go in and suddenly it's quiet. Even in the Christmas rush, there always seems to be like sort of calm about it, and you can just potter, and you know, you'll go and look at books you already own, like old favourites. I always find myself going to the children's section looking at Harry Potter sometimes, and then other times I'll go and look at books that I know I've got and need to read, and I'll just wander, and I'll usually buy a book when I do this wandering because I love it. And I always think, what if we got rid of these? And I do buy a lot of books from Amazon Marketplace because I can't afford to buy all my books new, but I do try to buy at least half of my books from Waterstones because, you know, imagine not having Waterstones. Oh, and this sounds awfully cheesy and I apologise, but some of my favourite memories as a kid were had in Hogwarts. Which sounds really lame now, but you know, I had a really happy childhood. I love my parents, but I was bullied in school. And I found it much easier sometimes to to live in a world where it was sort of set page to page. And even though Harry and, you know, Ron and Hermione have these amazing adventures, and you know, all of them were bullied, like Hermione especially, like they grew her teeth out of her head. They made them huge. And that's, you know, that's awful. And then, you know, Snape had that horrible remark to her about, I don't see any different. I'm still not over how Harry named one of his kids after Snape, because he was such, I know he, but he was, no, off piece, G. Right, so that's why I have so many, and I see a lot of magic in books and coffee, and I love it. And yeah, so books, book ban, here we go. So I put myself on a book ban. I'm not allowed to buy until 15th of the next month. Start of next year I can buy more books. The only books I'm allowed to buy are books I've pre-ordered way in advance, and they've been pre-ordered. I've got so many books like that I've had pre-ordered for yonks, like Harry Hope Fletcher's book, the next book in the selection series. All these books are sort of, you know, pre-ordered, but they're not coming out till next year anyway. But or if I'm reading a series and I get really into it and I think I need the next book, because I don't know if anybody else has this, when they're reading a series and they haven't got the next one. I have this with the selection, and nothing else will do. So I was there at 9 o'clock to get the next book. I'm actually happy because I've got enough books on my TBR to tide most people, you know, the average person for the rest of their life. So hopefully it's going to be fun. Yeah, I'm really looking, books, stories. I need to stop. I do need to stop. And thank you very much for watching this rambly, ranty, little bit of me almost crying video. And I hope you're all fantastically well, and I'll see you all soon. Okay, thank you. Bye.